Hello there, and welcome to the very first episode of a new season of the Creepy Froggy vlog. This is a vlog that investigates strange and peculiar places and things, phenomenon, and this season is dedicated to the theme of demons, or as I see it, evil spirits. Today we are looking closely at a theological school. Probably the last place you would envision to find an evil spirit. Or maybe just exactly the place where you'd find an evil spirit. Check it out. Fjellstedtska skolan was a private school, private boarding school in Uppsala, and it was founded in 1862 and ran up until 1982. And the aim was to prepare for academic studies in theology. Today it's a theological training and course institute. So there's still theological studies being conducted in here. However, it's not just the voice of God you can hear in this school, and it's not just goodness that is found in this school. It is also said to be the home of evil. Let's take a closer look at that. The rooms in which students slept before have now been turned into offices. Back in the days when students did stay in the school, they usually began sleeping two and two in each room because they were scared. They were scared of something that was happening at night in the school. It began when a fuzzy shape started appearing at night, and it stalked some of the students. One of the students said that he had woken up in the middle of the night when he felt inexplicably cold. And what he saw when he woke up was horrible. It was, well, he said, a ghost standing next to his bed. It was staring at him silently. But suddenly there was an evil glare in the ghost's eyes, and it began to speak. "I am here to take you to another world," it said. Then the ghost reached out his hands and touched the student's shoulder, whereupon the student, he fainted out of fear. Another student, he kept close records of everything that happened to him in a diary, and it is quite gruesome reading. This ghost appears time and time again and shows itself, sometimes in physical form that you can actually see, and sometimes just as a sensation. Things that happened could be that bookcases were thrown violently to the floor, glasses were thrown and broken into 1,000 pieces. One student was sitting in a rocking chair in his bedroom when the rocking chair began to rock, not by his own force. Objects were torn out of the hands of people, bedding thrown out of the beds when a student was asleep in the bed. Nothing worked to get rid of this being. The students prayed, but maybe they didn't do it right because it kept appearing. So who or what is it that is haunting the students and now also staff of this school? Legend has it that it could be a former student that agreed with another student that whoever of them died first would remain in spirit and try to contact the other one. Whatever it seems to be, it is certainly an evil being that is trying to harm people. It was in the late 1800s, around 1890, 1891, that the student who kept a close diary of all the ghostly incidents studied here. He was the one who had the most activity happen around him. He was very much affected by him. He saw the spirit very many times, sometimes when there were other people in his room, although they seemingly never saw anything. He was attacked when the ghost threw things at him. He was spoken to by the entity. He was very much startled by it, and the entity said that he had come to warn him that he might not live very long. And just a stone's throw away from this priestly school, up that hill, is a cemetery. I don't know whether or not that student with a diary did die soon after those hauntly visits. But if he did, he might have been buried here. This is a communal burial plot for the students and staff of this school. On March 23rd, 1891, the student was taking a walk in the cemetery when suddenly he found himself side by side with the entity. He plucked up some courage and asked the entity what he wanted. And the entity answered, "I'm here to take you to another world." The student then headed off in a different direction. Thank you for watching this first episode of the new season of Creepy Froggy. Wonder Froggy's own creepy blog about strange and peculiar phenomena. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stay tuned for the next episode, which will be out in 2 weeks. If you can't wait that long, you can check out my podcast, which is also called Creepy Froggy. You will find it at Podomatic or on Podbean, and it is comprised of scary stories to tell by the campfire, fake ones, not like this vlog, which is based on real experiences. Bye.